So now let us see the fourth chapter of class 10 NCERT, that is quadratic equations, the second exercise, that is exercise 4.2, the first sum. So what is given? Find the roots of the following quadratic equations by factorization. Okay, so roots in the sense you have to find the value of x, and by factorization in the sense what does it mean? You have to find it by splitting method. Okay, so the first question is x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. So how will you find the roots for this? See, what is the constant term here? It's minus 10, right? And what is the coefficient of x square here? It's 1. So what is minus 10 into 1? It's minus 10. So the product should be minus 10. And here you consider you have minus 3x. This is the term which we are going to split. Okay, we will be splitting this minus 3x into two terms such that the product of the two numbers should be minus 10 and the sum of the two numbers should be minus 3. Okay, so which two numbers can we take? Can you think? So the product should be minus 10. So what are the multiples of 10? Consider the multiples of 10. It can be like 10 and 1, or it can be 5 and 2, right? So the two numbers can be 10 and 1 or 5 and 2. For 10 and 1, if you are adding or subtracting it, is there any chance of getting 3? You can't get, right? You will get either 9. If you are subtracting it, you will get 9. And if you are going to add it, you will be getting 11. There is no way that you can get the 3 as the sum, right? So now what is here? 5 and 2, right? So you check for 5 and 2, you will get 3, right? When you are subtracting 5 and 2, you are getting 3. So we can take this two set of numbers, that is we are going to take 5 and 2 for splitting. Now there comes another challenge, that is we are taking 5 and 2 here. What is 5 into 2? It's 10, right? But the product, what do we have? We have here minus 10. So we are supposed to put a minus sign before either of these two numbers. So to which number will you put? If you are putting the minus sign before minus 5, what answer will you get? What is minus 5 plus 2? You will get minus 3, right? So you can put the minus sign before 5 itself. In case you try to put the minus sign before 2, like this example, 5 minus 2, what is the answer you will get? You will get 3, right? But in the question you see they have given you minus 3 only, it's not 3. So I think you would have understood why we are putting the minus sign before 5 and not before 2. So first is that you have to see what the product comes out to be, that is by multiplying the constant term and the coefficient of x square. So by keeping the product, you are supposed to find the multiples of product. The multiples of the product which would come out to be the sum which is given here, you are supposed to take it as the number. Okay, so now the numbers which we have chosen is minus 5 and 2. So expanding this, you will get minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0, right? So the value hasn't changed. You see here minus 5x plus 2x. What is minus 5x plus 2x? It's minus 3x only. Now in the first two terms, that is in the x square and minus 5x, which is common, the x is common, right? You can take the x as common. Remaining you will have x minus 5. And here you can take 2 as common. Here also you will have x minus 5 is equal to 0. So in these two terms, here there is one term and here there is another term. In these two terms which is common, you have x minus 5 as common, right? You can take x minus 5 as common. If you have taken x minus 5 from here, remaining what will be there? X will be there. And in this term, if you have taken x minus 5, remaining what will be there? X plus 2 will be there. So what have we got? We have got x minus 5, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So this can be written as either x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. So from this, x is equal to 5 or x is equal to minus 2. So this is what they have asked in the question. That is, they have asked to find the roots which we have found out to be 5 and minus 2. So the next question is 2x square plus x minus 6. 2x square plus x minus 6. That is the question, right? Yeah. 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. So the same way. So what is the constant term? It's minus 6 and the coefficient here is 2, right? So what will be the product? It will be 12. So minus 12. So we are supposed to find the multiples of 12 with which when you are adding you have to get, what you have to get? You have to get 1, right? X is there. There is nothing before x, which means the coefficient of x is 1. So the product is minus 12 and the sum is 1. So can you think of the numbers? What can be used? It can be like multiples in the sense you will get like 12 into 1, you will get 6 into 2 and many things. You will get 3 into 4, right? So the numbers which we will choose is 3 and 4, okay? 3 and 4. So when you are subtracting this 3 and 4, the answer what you will get? You will get 1, right? So in the product you see there is a minus sign. Like similar to how we saw the first question, there is a minus sign here. So in these two numbers you are supposed to put a minus sign in either one place. So here what is the sum which it should come out to be? It should be 1. So the minus can be added before 3, which means 4 minus 3 is equal to 1 and 4 into minus 3 is equal to minus 12. So here what we will write? 2x square plus 4x minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. So now you see in the first two terms which is common, we have 2x as common, right? So you can take 2x as common. Remaining what will be there inside? It will be x plus 2. And here what challenge you will face is that in the last sum you saw, right? We have taken the term which is inside as common. So here also you should have x plus 2 only here. So if you have to have x plus 2 here, which number will come here? You have to guess in that way, okay? So the first term, what do you have? You have minus 3x, right? So in this place, if you should have only x, which term will be there? So you can check it by dividing minus 3x by x. What you'll get? You'll get minus 3. So if you are taking minus 3 common, you'll be having x alone inside, and in minus 6, if you are taking minus 3 common, you will have plus 2 inside, okay? So now in these two terms, we are supposed to take this x plus 2 as common. Reminding, if you are taking x plus 2 as common, what will be there? You will have 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So this number which you have to take as common can be found out in this manner, okay? By dividing this by the first term of this. So moving further, we'll have x plus 2 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to minus 2, and 2x minus 3 is equal to 0, 2x is equal to 3, and x is equal to 3 by 2, okay? So what are the roots for this question? It comes out to be minus 2 and 3 by 2. So now let's move to the third question. The third question is The third question is root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So here what is the constant term? It's 5 root 2. And what is their coefficient as x square? It's root 2. So what will you get? 5 root 2 into 2 is 5 into 2, which is equal to 10. So the product should be 10. And what is the sum? The sum is 7. Okay. So the product should be 10 and the sum should be 7. So can you think of any numbers? The multiples of 10. What are the multiples of 10? You will have like 1 into 10, or you can have 5 into 2, right? So in any ways, will 1 and 10 come out to be 7 when you are adding or subtracting? No, right? So the right choice will be 5 and 2. If you are adding 5 and 2, what is the answer? It's 7. So the numbers which you have chosen will be 5 and 2. Here you see in the product there is no negative sign, so you don't have to put any negative sign before any numbers. It can be plus 5 and plus 2 itself. So plus 5 and plus 2 comes out to be 7. So root 2 x square plus 5x plus 2x So root 2 x square plus 2x plus 5x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. See here, the reason why I put plus 2 front and 5x next is that it will be easy for us while you are taking the common things outside. Okay, so in this 2, which is common, root 2 is common, right? So root 2 x is common, remaining you will have x plus root 2, and here you should have x plus root 2 again here, so that will be easy for us to take as common. So if in this place you should have x here, which number should be taken out? It will be 5, right? Like you can find it out like this also. 5x divided by x, that is the first term which is given here. Answer will be 5. This is the number which you have to take as common. So x plus root 2 again will be taken as common, and inside you will have root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay. So now what are the roots of this equation? X plus root 2 is equal to 0, which implies x is equal to minus root 2, and root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0, which implies x is equal to minus 5 by root 2. Okay, so you're clear, right, with these three sums? Now we'll go on to the fourth sum. So what is given in the fourth sum? The fourth sum is 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8. So now the fourth subdivision, what is given in the question? It's given that 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8, okay, is equal to 0. Now here the first step what you are supposed to do is that you see the denominator. The denominators of all the terms are different, right? For this the denominator is 8, for this you have 1, and here also you have 1. So what you are supposed to do is that you have to change the denominator of all the 3 terms into same. So the denominator now can be changed into 8, right? So for the first term, to change the denominator into 8, you will be multiplying by 8 by 8. That is, you will multiply the numerator by 8 and the denominator by 8 so that the value doesn't change. So it will come out to be 16x squared by 8. In the next case, you will have x into 8 by 8. You will have 8x by 8 plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. So the denominators of all the 3 terms have come out to be 8 here. So it will be 16x squared minus 8x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. Now we will take the 8 to that side. So if I am taking the 8 to that side, what is 0 into 8? It's 0. So 16x squared minus 8x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now we have got a simpler and similar equation to the previous questions. So now you all know how to solve this, right? We'll proceed. So what is the constant term? It's 1 here. What is the coefficient of x square? It's 16. So the product will be 16. So we have to find the multiples of this 16, for which the sum will come out to be 8. Okay. So can you guess what are the multiples of 16? It will be like 1 into 16 can come, 8 into 2 can come, 4 into 4 can come. So if you consider 1 into 16, is there any way by which 1 and 16 can come out to be 8? There is the addition or subtraction of 1 and 16 can come out to be 8. No, right? So 8 into 2. If you consider 8 into 2 is 16, right? So you can take this also. So now guess, is there any ways in which 8 and 2 can come out to be 8? Is 8 minus 2 8? Or is 8 plus 2 8? No, right? So other multiples, what can we consider? We can take 4, right? 4 and 4. So 4 into 4 is 16. So now you see, is there any way by which 4 and 4 can make 8? Yes, right? 4 plus 4 comes out to be 8. So we are going to take the two numbers 4 and 4. Now you see the product has a positive sign. We have 4 and 4 here. The product is having a positive sign. So in which circumstances can the product have a positive sign? If there is two numbers which are multiplied which is having a positive sign, the product will be a positive sign. Or else there are two numbers which are multiplied, both have a negative sign, in the sense the product will have a positive sign. So you all know these two conditions when the product will have a positive sign. So there comes a situation whether you have to put positive sign before these two or negative sign before these two. So for this, what you will do is that you just see the question. You just see the sum. Okay, in the sum, which symbol is there? The sum has a negative sign, right? So if you are going to put positive sign before this, for example, +4 and +4, the sum will be 8. But what do we have in the question? We have -8. So if you are putting minus sign, what will happen? What is -4 and -4? -4 and -4 will be -8, which is what we have in the question. So what we'll put? We'll put -4. Okay. So 16x square minus 4x minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. So what is -4 minus 4? It's -8. What is -4 into -4? It's 16 with the product that we need. 4x as common. Remaining what you'll have? You'll have 4x minus 1. Okay. So as I said, this term and this term should be same. So we'll write 4x minus 1 here is equal to 0. So here what term will be there? So how I have already told you how to find the term which will come here. That is which term we should take as common. You will just divide this. So here you have -4x divided by 4x. What you will get? You will get -1, right? So here actually it will be -1. So what you are getting? You will get 4x into 4x minus 1 minus 1 4x minus 1. Okay. So what is the common term present here? It's 4x minus 1, right? So 4x minus 1. So if you are taking this 4x minus 1 outside, remaining what will be there? Here you will have a 4x and the next you will have a 4x minus 1, which is equal to 0. What does this mean? It means that 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So what is 4x? 4x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 1 by 4. Here also 4x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 1 by 4. So we have found the roots of the equation to be 1 by 4 and 1 by 4. Okay. So now we'll move on to the next question. So the fifth question is 100x square minus 20x plus 1 is equal to 0. Plus 1 is equal to 0. This is also a very simple question. So what will the product be? The product will come out to be 1 into 100, that is 100, and the sum should be minus 20, right? So can you think of the multiples of 100? It can be 1 into 100, it can be 2 into 50, it can be 20 into 5, or it can be 25 into 4. Okay. So among this, what numbers did I tell? I told 1 into 100, 2 into 50, it can be 25 into 4, it can be 20 into 5, right? It can also be 10 into 10. There are many ways in which 100 can be made, okay, using the multiples. So in this conditions, is there any condition where the sum or subtraction comes out to be 20? So we can take 10 and 10, right? So what is the sum? 10 and 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. So the two numbers which we are going to take is that we are going to take 10 and 10. The product will come out to be 100 and the sum should be minus 20. So we are taking 10 and 10. What symbol will you put for 10 and 10? Will you put plus or minus? You know that the symbol will be same, right? If you are putting plus for this 10, you should put the plus for this 10 also. If you are putting minus 10, you should put minus 10 here. So it's plus or minus. What is the sum? What is the symbol given in sum? It's minus. So you are going to put minus. Because what will plus 10 be? It will be plus 20, right? But in the question what they have given? They have given you minus 20. So minus 10 minus 10. What is minus 10 minus 10? It's minus 20. So you can think, why can't I put like plus 10 here and minus 10 here? What is plus 10 minus 10? It comes out to be 0, right? You can't put here. And what is plus 10 into minus 10? It will come out to be minus 100. But the product here which they have asked us is 100. So the correct choice will be minus 10 and minus 10. So now further expanding it, 100x square minus 10x plus 1 is equal to 0. So we'll take as common. We can take 10x as common. So if you're taking 10x as common, remaining you'll have 10x minus 1 So here there will be some number after which it will be 10x minus 1. So what is the number here? Here it's minus 10x, right? So minus 10x by 10x is minus 1. So minus 1. You can also further check it after putting this minus 1. See, what is minus 1 into 10? It will be minus 10x. What is minus 1 into minus 1? It will be plus 1. You can see whether you have minus 10x plus 1 here above. You have it, right? Where is it? Yeah, you have here minus 10x plus 1. So the thing which we have done is correct. So further moving on, which is common here, 10x minus 1 is common here. Remaining what you will have? You will have 10x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now for finding the roots, 10x minus 1 is equal to 0, which means 10x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1 by 10. And here again 10x minus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to 1 by 10. So the roots of this equation will be x is equal to 1 by 10 and x is equal to 1 by 10. So I hope you all would have understood how to do this first sum. So the next video we'll see how to do the second sum. Okay, if you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section, and also tell me which video you would like to see next. Okay, so thank you.